am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Silly Jedi! Silly Jedi!
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Hello, what have we here?
Hello there.
At last! Where have you been?
Nice of you guys to drop by.
Ah, good. New acquisitions.
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey everybody, welcome to Star Wars Card Talk. I'm Maurice from Jedi Toy Masters. If you're not following us on Instagram, you should, because we're on Instagram. It's Jedi Toy Masters on Instagram. We also have some of these video shows on all of these video shows actually, on the official Star Wars Card Talk podcast Instagram account, which that's just basically the hub for these episodes. If you happen to be on Instagram and you want to watch these or listen to these, you can, because they're on Instagram as well. We're also on YouTube, so if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please check out our other videos here at Jedi Toy Masters on YouTube, and I hope you guys are doing a great week, having a great week, and having a great December. Happy December. We are in December. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. There was a lot to be thankful for. There's always a lot to be thankful for, but this year, as far as Star Wars is concerned, wow, do we have some Thanksgiving to have. Because, you know, we're a month away, less than a month away, actually, from the Boba Fett show, the Book of Boba Fett. We are less than a year away from the Obi-Wan series. We're also, I think, less than a year away from getting the Andor series. And a lot of interesting news has come out of Star Wars in the last couple of weeks. Whether you love it or hate it, we found out that Kathleen Kennedy's contract got renewed with Lucasfilm. So we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how that dynamic pans out. I'm not particularly worried because, at the end of the day, I think there aren't any Star Wars movies that are going to be coming out anytime soon. And as far as the TV shows, we know that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they got that locked down. They know what they're doing, and I'm not worried at all as far as that is concerned. We did find out there is a rumor, I don't know if it's an official news tidbit, but that the New Republic, Soldiers of the New Republic, I think it's called, or something of the New Republic. But anyway, it's that show that was announced, that was supposed to be Gina Carano's show. That was supposed to be the New Republic show in the Star Wars universe, post Return of the Jedi, pre The Force Awakens. Apparently it's either on hiatus or it's just not going to happen now, and a lot of the story ideas that have been created for that show are going to be folded into Mandalorian season 3, maybe. Who knows? They know, but they're not telling us. But it's interesting. We're gearing up for some amazing Star Wars content coming up. We've been getting some amazing Marvel content. So it's interesting how just around the same time that everybody's Disney Plus subscription needs to be renewed, if you pay annually, like me, this is the time of year where they release so many goodies, just in time for the holidays, that it's hard to say no. It's hard to just say, I'm going to take a break from the Disney Plus. Nope, not at me. It's just the convenience of being able to pop on any Marvel or Disney or Star Wars thing on demand is just too convenient to give up. And I think that's what they're counting on. So I'm a sucker for that. But that's about it as far as the Star Wars news. There hasn't been, a whole lot. I know a while back they announced the Knights of the Old Republic video game, and that's old news at this point, but I know that there has been more recent kind of little tidbits about the game and visuals and stuff like that, because they kind of redid the game and higher definition and all that stuff. So I think that's going to be made available for the Switch and other consoles, which is kind of exciting, because I never got to play that game, and I hear that it's a wonderful game and a great story as well. But today, I wanted to touch base on something that has nothing to do with with Disney Plus or the movies or TV shows per se. They kind of do, but we've had some chats here in the car, some Star Wars car talks regarding the toys, regarding Hasbro, and I wanted to touch up on something that is just I guess I just felt like I wanted to give my 2 cents on it, and what better place to give my 2 cents than right here, Star Wars car talk. Hasbro has this Kickstarter model for some of their projects called Hasbro. Now I can't even remember because that's how away it is from my mind. But Hasbro has their own little Kickstarter. The name escapes me right now, and it's interesting because if you go to their website, Hasbro Pulse, you can buy toys of the different properties that they own. You can, whether you like Power Rangers or Transformers or G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Nerf, and a few others. It's a full-fledged website where you can buy stuff from their website. A lot of stuff is sold out, which mind boggles me, where that the company that makes the toys can be sold out of stuff when all they need to do is just make more of it. I mean, if anything, just take pre-orders, but whatever. They did this Kickstarter thing a few years back, and they made that sail barge. Here, I'll show it to you right here. This sail barge was amazing. I mean, it was super expensive. I don't even remember how much it was, but it was just way too expensive for me, and I got to enjoy it by just watching other people that got it and made videos about it and unboxed it and set it up and took amazing photos, and it's an amazing toy / display piece because it's just massive. It's basically the USS flag of Star Wars, that sail barge, which as amazing in itself. It was such a feat of detail and just an amazing product. And I say it's the USS flag of Star Wars, even though it's kind of not, because in the grand scheme of things, the sail barge was this one and done thing in the movie in Return of the Jedi that, it was Jabba's sail barge. Did I say sail barge earlier? Sail barge. And they blew it up. It's gone. There's no sail barge. In the Book of Boba Fett, you will not see the sail barge because it's blown up. It's done. And as big as it is, it's a sail barge. It's like a giant pirate ship for Jabba. There are much better vehicles in the Star Wars universe that they could have made a giant version of, and it would have been amazing. I mean, we've already gotten the amazing large version of the Millennium Falcon that has all these details and the giant cockpit and all that stuff. We've gotten giant Black Series TIE fighters and things like that. Snow speeder for the 6-inch figures. I mean, amazing stuff. This sail barge was for 3 3/4 inch figures. And as amazing as it was, it just, at the time, I just remember thinking wow, that's a big piece. And not only that, it's very expensive and it takes a lot of room, and you gotta really love Return of the Jedi, and you gotta really love the whole Jabba sail barge, Jabba, that portion of the film. It's an amazing scene. The opening of Return of the Jedi with Jabba's palace and all that, great. But you got to really like that to really spend the money on this thing and then display it somewhere. And anyway, I just always thought man, couldn't they've done? I don't know. They could have done the Tantive 4. Like a giant Tantive 4 where you open it up and there's the hallway, and you make the cockpit so you can fit 4 figures in there or whatever. You could have made something like that in that scale for 3 3/4 inch, and I think that would have been amazing. You could have redone the Death Star, that Kenner quarter of the Death Star thing that they made back in the day. Maybe redesign that and make it where it's a quarter of the Death Star, but it's more detail and better spacing, and you can create 3 scenes from the Death Star scenes in A New Hope, you know, or, you know, I don't know. You could have made a more detailed version of, geez, it could have been a number of things. But they went with the sail barge. Okay. Then the next Hasbro Kickstarter was the Razor Crest. And now that I can sink my teeth into, because has become an iconic ship. The Mandalorian is amazing. Season 1 was amazing. They announced that his ship, the Razor Crest, and all the details and everything. And I was like, oh man, I'm all for it. That's awesome. You know, it's pricey, but man, if you're gonna buy a ship and if you already have the Millennium Falcon, which I think is the most iconic ship in Star Wars, or if you missed a boat like me and you're not able to get the Millennium Falcon, the Legacy Collection or the Galaxy's Edge version, that's basically the same thing. Wow, this is like the next best thing. This is like the next awesome ship. I mean, the only other ship in Star Wars that I really love is from Star Wars Rebels, and that's the Ghost. I think that ship rivals the Millennium Falcon, and I've there was somebody on YouTube that I saw years ago that literally built one with his son, like a toy, basically, out of, you know, materials like plastic and wood and cardboard and cardstock, and made this like functioning ghost ship, painted it, 3 3/4 inch figures fit in it. Amazing work. And I was always thinking, like, man, that would be an amazing ship, especially since we've seen the Ghost pop up in films. Like, we saw it in Rogue One, we saw it in The Rise of Skywalker end battle. We hear about it. We hear that it was involved in the battle in Return of the Jedi. So it's, even though we don't see it, we know it's there. That would have been a great ship to do. I mean, that I think would have made more sense, because it's a kind of a niche ship in Star Wars that maybe not a lot of fans know about, because not a lot of fans maybe saw Star Wars Rebels because it was a cartoon, you know? And, you know, maybe that it's a little bit of a risk to make these in quantity. So, you know, you do like a Kickstarter type of thing, or a pre-order. Just call it a pre-order. Don't call it a Kickstarter. I mean, if you get 1,000 people or to buy it, to order it, to pre-order it, I mean, 1,000 that's a lot of money. So, I mean, that's, I think, worth, you know, doing a pre-order for a product like that. And you're going to get 1,000. You're going to get more than 1,000 people to pre-order something like that, especially if the price is right and it looks great. But no, they did the Razor Crest, which is fine because I like it. You know. But then that ship blows up in the show in season 2. Spoiler alert: the Razor Crest blows up in season 2, which kind of a bummer. And I'm still kind of holding out for maybe they'll maybe he gets another version of the Razor Crest, because it's not like a unique ship to him. It's a specific model of ship. So maybe in season 2. Season 3 of The Mandalorian, maybe he goes to Mandalore to, you know, figure out the whole thing with the Darksaber and how he can give the Darksaber to Bo-Katan and all that stuff. And maybe on Mandalore, he's able to get his hand on another ship that's like the Razor Crest, and he's able to kind of deck it out like the Razor Crest. You know, maybe Boba Fett gets him a Razor Crest because of Boba Fett, that ship got blown up. So maybe in the book of Boba Fett, we find out that he comes. He wins a ship like that, and he's like, oh, I know exactly who I'm going to give this to. You know, I mean, that would be pretty cool, you know? And that would, the Razor Crest is back. So now Hasbro Pulse Haslab, that's the name of it. Haslab. It's the Hasbro Kickstarter. And they've done other ones, not just Star Wars. They've done like, they did like Unicron for Transformers. They did a Sentinel for X-Men. They've done a couple of others. There have been some failed ones. Like, I think there was like a Cookie Monster, like a Sesame Street Cookie Monster Kickstarter that didn't happen. Well, now they come back at us with a new Haslab, and it's the Rancor from Return of the Jedi. And it's not just any Rancor. I mean, it's the Rancor. And, you know, I was just so unimpressed by it. They talked about it at length. They were super excited about it. I was not excited about it. I think it's a complete waste. And now we find that, you know, the numbers for it, you know, they were going up and now they're going down. Like less people are like canceling their orders or whatever. And there's a good chance they might not make the deadline. They need like 9,000 backers to get this thing made. I think they're under 5,000 right now as the time of recording this podcast. And people are backing out. They're not backing it. They're backing out. So what does this mean? It means that, you know, maybe we're starting to realize as fans that we shouldn't just buy anything that they throw at us just because they slap a Star Wars sticker on it and because they hype it. It's their job to hype it. So I recently went to Walmart and they had the vintage collection 3 3/4 inch, the carbonized figures. Amazing. I actually purchased one a few years ago. I think it was like a Stormtrooper, and I still have it, and it's a great figure. I still have it on card, mint condition. It's just really cool because the card is so thick. If you're ever gonna buy a 3 3/4 inch figure on a card to not open it and just display it, these are the best ones to get because they're beautiful, beautiful, but they're so overpriced. And the price just went up. I think they originally were like $17. And now I went to Walmart and they had the Scarif Trooper, the Scarif Sand Trooper, which is like one of my favorite troopers. I had it in my hand and I had to put him back. I was like, no, I can't do this. It's 18 something. It was gonna be like $19. Basically the price of a Black Series 6-inch figure for this thing. Then I went to another Walmart a few days later and I see, oh man, they have Moff Gideon, they have the Incinerator Trooper, they had the Armorer from the Mandalorian, and they look amazing. I took a picture. You can check it out on our Instagram. But I couldn't pull the trigger on that. I'm not gonna spend $18, $19 each on these. It's not worth it. And you know, people vote with their pockets, with their wallets. And this Rancor is a perfect example of, on a large scale, people doing this. So as much as I like the fact that they made the sail barge and they made the Razor Crest and it's gonna be coming out in the new year, people that pre-ordered it or backed it, not everything is a winner and not everything should be bought. Like, we need to tell Hasbro by either buying or rejecting things. That's not what we want. That's not what we're asking for. Like, nobody asked for a Rancor. Who wants a Rancor? First of all, there already is a Rancor, a Black Series Rancor that came out like 5 years ago. Right here. Like, and it looks decent and you can play with it. There's a play factor, the display factor. Why would you redo the Rancor? Why? Again, it's a character that was in one scene in Star Wars, in one film, and dies. So it's really frustrating what Hasbro's doing. I'm not a big proponent of this Kickstarter model, this Haslab. I think in lieu of that, it should just be like a special collector's pre-order, not a backing. Like, oh, if we don't get 9,000 backers, this is not going to get made. What are you talking about? You're a multi-million-dollar toy company. Why is it our responsibility as the consumer to give you money in advance so that you can go make this thing? You have the money to make it. Just make it and then sell it to us. You know, and we live in a day of social media. Like, if you don't know if people are going to want to buy it, put a poll out on social media. We all follow Hasbro on social media. If you are into Star Wars toys and you are on social media, you follow Hasbro. That's a given. So put a poll out there. Hey, should we put out this figure? Would you buy it? if 5,000 people reply, 10,000 people reply yes, I would definitely buy that. Then guess what? Make it, do a pre-order, and I guarantee you're going to get at least half of those people that voted that yes to pre-order it right off the bat. And the people that didn't pre-order it, guess what? If you put it in stores, half of those people will buy it in the store. So you're going to make your money anyway, Hasbro. I really don't understand their model. And there's been so many debates back and forth with so many toy collectors and people and people in the industry that are not in the industry, and people giving their opinions, and it's just ridiculous. Like, whatever happens to just going to a toy store, walking down the toy aisle, and looking at the toys that they have, and deciding or looking for the toys that you're into. Oh man, let me see. I'm into Masters of the Universe. Let's see what they got. I'm into G.I. Joe. Let's see what they got. Oh, I'm into Transformers. Let's see what they got. You know, sometimes I feel I'm almost jealous. I'm jealous of people that are into Transformers. Like, I wish I was into Transformers, but I was really into it as a kid. I was more G.I. Joe. But man, I go to any toy store, any toy aisle, Walmart, Target, wherever. There's so much Transformers. I'm like, man, if I was a Transformers fan, I'd be in heaven. Look at all this Transformers toys. If me and my sons were if this was the Transformers Toy Masters, man, I'd be in trouble, first of all, because I'd be broke from buying all the Transformers stuff. But you go to the Star Wars section and it's pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. The offerings that they're giving us. First of all, stop making Grogu products. Just stop. We got it. You made a few figures, you made a few plush toys and a couple dolls. All right, that's it. We bought it, we got it. Stop making Grogus. Oh, this is a Grogu making a silly face. Oh, this is a Grogu with a cup of soup. Oh, here's a Grogu that craps on himself. What are you doing, Hasbro? Stop with the Grogus. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to touch on today. Some exciting news, Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett's less than a month away. And I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. In other toy news, we went to a toy show recently, and we were able to pick up tech from the Bad Batch, the Black Series tech. That was the missing link to our Black Series Bad Batch collection. So we did a video, or we can watch the video of us at the toy show, ToyCon, and you can then also watch our unboxing of it. Check out, that's right here on our channel on YouTube. And but guys, what do you think? What do you think about this Hasbro thing, Haslab? Are you a fan? Do you think it's right? Do you want a Rancor? Are you backing the Rancor, and why? Let us know in the comments below. Let's not hate on each other. Let's not bash each other. I just want to understand. So let's just start a dialogue. Let's we're all fans. You may want the Rancor, I may not want it. Hey, we're still Star Wars fans. Hey, if we were kids and you had the Rancor and I didn't really want it, but you got it, and I went over your house to play, guess what? I'd play with it. I'd be like, man, this thing is awesome. That's cool. I don't really want it, but man, I'm glad you have it. I can come over and play with it. So there it is. That's what we are as fans. Just enjoy it. If you got it, enjoy it. If you don't want it, then don't get it. Let me know in the comments. Let's start a conversation. Hit me up on Instagram at JEDI Toy Masters. And guys, until next time, remember,
The Force will be with you, always.